Hello and welcome. Hope you're doing all right. Yes, all of that is to do with the garden. We'll go into it now. So yeah, you may remember last time I did the sort of all the pipes and that in the actual garden, left all the ends poking out here for the most part, as you can see. So yeah, time to tidy up all of this. If you can't remember, I'll put them up now, what each pipe is. Brief run through. So the two pipes coming from the left of the radiator, or under the radiator, you can see one of them's got grav and one of them's got pumped written on it. That's for the irrigation. So the bottom hole is for the drip irrigation. The water butts out the front of the house are up higher than the highest flower bed in the back, so gravity just means that I can just open a tap basically, and it'll just drip through under gravity. That's also going to run a tap, which you can see comes up off of it where that copper is and then goes out another hole, but we'll get to that in a sec. So that bottom one is for the drip irrigation. Next one up is for the utility waste, which is just there. One up after that is for the pumped irrigation. I've got this shower pump down here which we went through last time. That does work. So the idea of having all this stuff electrical, as you can see I've got a little valve which will open electrically, is that I can wire it all in and then sort it out so I can turn it on and off on my phone, just for a laugh really, more than anything. But there we go. So yeah, pumped irrigation to do like the tree ferns and whatnot, and the pots is that 22. And then the next one up from that, like I said, is the outside tap, which will be off of the rainwater butts. And then the next two up, which is all this stuff coming down here, running down there, that's a radiator circuit. So that does my heating out the back garden. We'll go out and have a look at that in a minute. So but I just want to tidy up the pipe work here. So again, that's going to be on one of them zone valves, so I can turn the heating on remotely. So you know, as you do when I'm out in the Caribbean for 3 months at winter, I can turn it on by my phone. Next one after that is going to be the mains cold pipe, so that'll be for doing you know, filling paddling pools and whatnot. The one up from that is going to be the hot tap, so I can hook up a shower for the dog or myself. And then the top one is where a wire is going to come through, which will go through the armored cable and out and feed the waterfall with a socket in the far corner of the garden, which is already in place. So yeah, good stuff. So the pipes coming out the wall at the bottom in the dead center there, coming towards us, that's the heating pipes. They come from the right, go through the wall and do the radiator in the office, come this way, and then they come up and they've got all this ridiculous pipe work on them. So yeah, just need to sort that out and connect it up to this radiator, because I'm in the utility obviously and I've just done all this. So I'm going to put a wall hung close area above that. Yeah, so that'll be the heating, and then the other two pipes which are coming up from the right on the diagonal all the way up to the top, that's the hot and the cold water. And then like I said, the two irrigation pipes coming now. I'll let you know why there's two when it's all set up and running, or what, you know, the next phase as it were. And then yeah, I'll just sort of half tidy up all this. I don't want to go too much, you know, crazy with it, because A, I'm going to get a new boiler at some point, which is just there, and B, I need to plasterboard this wall like I have like this, so it's all white. But I'll do that when I do the boiler next year. And then that's why I've left all the sleeves a little bit long, so yeah, they're not lost in the wall. So yeah, I'm going to get to it. We'll see how we do, and then we'll go and check all the outsides all right, and happy days. Okay, right, got there in the end. It's as good as it's going to get. Like I said, when I do the boiler next year and do that wall, I'll run it all down and do it all in copper probably when I know it all works and everything, and then I'll rack it against that wall, if you see what I mean. But for now, that is happy days. So if you want a bit of just a brief run through, we'll go through all the electrics on the next one, but for now, so if we go through each one, so the bottom hole was the gravity irrigation off of the water butt. So it comes off the water butts through this pipe here, goes up and then tees up and out and then that will go to the outside tap, so I can fill watering cans up off of the rainwater in the back garden. So that's got a little isolation valve on it, so I can just turn it off in winter or whatnot, freezing and all that. But then if we follow that pipe, keep it going, that is a zone valve. I can wire that into a programmer, central heating programmer, and then wire that into like a Hive or something so I can get it on my phone, and then that then runs off and will go around all the drip irrigation. So, you know, when I'm sat on the beach in Costa Rica, oh no, I'm going to stay here for another month, I need to get the water going, I can just click my phone, it'll open up, and then that'll just drain through via gravity for the drip feeders. And then the next one up here, like I said, is the waste coming off from the right there to the left. That's the washing machine and the little utility sink waste. One above that is the pumped irrigation. So this is for like the sprayers, and I'll put little drippers in pots for this because this will be the one that will be coming on virtually every day. So again, a zone valve there so I can turn it on and off remotely. So if we follow the pipe, it's actually the bottom pipe there, you can see it with the pump, that runs along the bottom, round to the corner, comes up, and then goes in the shower pump. Then when it's switched on, so what will happen is when it's closed, I'll wire them in. So I click the programmer to say come on, and then that little ball will slowly open that's in there, which will allow water to run through initially, and then a switch once it's made contact, because when they open up fully they then make a live contact, that will go to the pump telling it to switch on, and then the pump will fire up because we know the circuit's open. So that's how that one works. That'll do all the sprayers and whatnot. And then the next one after that one there is, we've already gone through it, that's the gravity irrigation. And the next one after that is the return for the heating. So the idea of this is that when I fill it up, I'll fill it up through the flow pipe here, where this top little isolation is the blue one. That will then push water all the way around all the coils outside, and then it will come back in via this one here. This is an automatic air vent, so it will push all the air through. Any air that comes through will get let out, and then this is my flow regulator. So essentially I can turn the temperature of the coils up or down via that by allowing water through or not. And I might put a couple outside, or at least one, just so I can sort out between different sides of the garden, but we'll go into that in a bit because we'll go out there. So yeah, so for that, again, I can turn it on remotely via a Hive or something. I will work it out probably when I get the new boiler so that it actually creates demand if it has to, but we'll get to that another day. Essentially, radiator pipe comes in the bottom there, goes up, that thing will open up, switch on, which will then allow the flow of radiator water to go through the coil outside. Again, set how hot it is via the red gate valve, and I've got a couple of isolations on that as well. And then above that, you can just see we've got the hot and the cold. So it's the mains cold at the bottom, and just the hot water at the top. So I can turn these levers off when it comes to winter and isolate it all. So that's pretty good. I'm going to go and sort out the outside a little bit and just get it ready. We'll go out and have a look at it in a sec, and then I won't turn it all on, but I'll sort of put water through it all, if you know what I mean. And then the next video we'll do all the electrics, but we'll go and connect at the pump to the water butt, the pumped irrigation up to the water butt because it's not done yet. Go out the back, make sure all the heating circuit is all together, and then we can turn the heating on quite easily and go from there. So yeah, there you go. Not too bad. Not saved any space, but there you go. Okay, so next day now, we're out in the corner of despair in the garden. You can see all the pipes coming through there. So yeah, that's all good, that's all done. I was going to hook it up now, but logistics, which we'll get into in a minute, means that I'm going to wrap this up now. So the only ones that go off to the right and over to the fence, that's the heating circuit. They go off, run all the way behind that and go up to that cyathea that you can see there, and then carry on round there. And then the other heating circuit goes round this way, around the back of the flower beds, and then up, and I'll finish it over by the giant honeysuckle babies out today. So yeah, so the gist of it is that I don't want any joins in that bit there, because if I get a hot tub or something here and I've put all the taps and whatnot down in that corner, I'm not going to be able to get to it. So the idea is like I've mocked up there, is put a bit of batten or several bits of batten running across, and then use all the offcuts from the fencing and pallet wood and whatnot to do what I've done there, and just face it up, and then I'll plonk a little bar on top of it just to hide the pipes, put some insulation on it, and then that means, apart from all those joins at the end, which I'll do something special for anyway, you know, as in access wise, they'll come across. And then what I'm going to do here is, where we've got these two convenient parts of the pergola, is this batten is just run it straight down either side of it, and then this wood that I've used here for the pergola, effectively strap it to the side and come down, and then that means under there I can put another bit that'll look quite nice. It give me a nice little bit of depth for down here for the master command center. So if you think all within the two joists, there's going to be 4 outside taps, which is the hot cold, the rainwater tap for filling watering cans up, and then I'll put one off the pumped irrigation so I can use the hose pipe with rainwater, save the limescale residue getting onto the scales, and then also a shower at some point and all the gubbings in there just so I can get to it. And then when it vanishes out of the left hand side, it'll all run off and I'll rack all the clips in and it will just vanish and go off to where it goes to. So I need to get rid of that outside tap and move this waste pipe a little bit. You can just see behind that pine, and just jump it off the wall a touch so I can feed all the pipes in behind, and then just tidy up the irrigation, bring it all in, and then put all the joins in this section here. And then what I'll do for this, whereas those bits of facing wood will be screwed in individually all the way along, so I can always take them off if I have to, in this section between the two joists underneath the bar, I'll just make up like a trapdoor hatch type thing, hide it all in there at any given time, and then when I want to get to it, I just pull the door open and it's all in there ready to go, and then strap some insulation to the back of the door so when I close it up it's all nicely insulated and I can get to all the joints, because they're going to be the weak points with regards to freezing and all that sort of thing. So yeah, that's it. But as you've just seen, I can't do any of this without moving any of the rocks. I was going to do all this, but I can't get me drilling to put clips in with all these rocks here. So next mission for me to do today is I'm going to do loads of moving of plants in a section, which you'll see the video for. And then don't need the seats anymore because it's winter, so we'll move them out the way, and then I'm going to sort all the rocks out anyway into size for the waterfall, so that when I do it, I can just go, oh, I've got a gap that's 30 centimeters by 50 centimeters, and then come and find a rock and it'd be nice and easy. Baby's getting agitated, so we'll leave that for the day. And then yeah, so next one will be connect all that up, do all the testing, and then I'm going to do some testing as to how much rainwater an hour of spray irrigation uses, how much an hour of drip irrigation uses, and the volume of water per dripper, if you see what I mean. And then I can sort of tailor it. Sounds like he's getting out. If you want, last thing, let's just go and say hello to a generally happy baby. Alright, buddy? Yeah, good boy, aren't you, mate? Right, better get back to daddy duties, which is going to involve him watching me pull all the manure and stuff out the front. So anyway, hope you've had a good one. Have a good weekend. Want a quick look at the garden where the shadows are all good because of the sun? Yeah, it looks really good with the ladder like trellis on the fences, because the shadows show it up quite well. So yeah, but we'll get into that another time. Anyway, hope you've had a good time and have a good weekend. See you on the next one. Bye for now.